I guess you are against the so-called technocratic doctrine, which has been lost about 20 years ago, even in the West. Obviously, it is a very bad doctrine, because not only money can make people happy.
It can't, because there is no end to it. There is no end.
Merci.
As I said, people of course must have proper housing, proper work, facilities for medical care, facilities for education and so on. But the more they have, the more they want. And they always will feel unhappy because some other people have more. But if we succeed in making people have something more inside than inside their heart, that inside their pockets, that will be really the challenge of our time.
Unfortunately, you have the history, and we have too, and it helps.
Surely it helps.
Very
So
much.
that's why we have to revive that history, or philosophy, or literature, or we've had great scientists. We have to make our people know again these people, to be proud of themselves. Because we had a period where whatever came from the West was better than what we had. But we have had good things in the future, and we have to teach our people what we had. In science, in technology, in agriculture, in administration, in all the fields we have been powerful in many years ago. And you see, when one goes to the provinces and to the villages where people are much closer to real life than in the big cities, even if they don't have as much money as the people in town, they look much happier, much more human beings than those who are in the capital city and with much more facilities.
To people, both always are friendly to other people, but not so friendly, in common life. Particularly drivers. In the mass, the drivers are rather polite and, steady. But in Poland, no, they are quarreling, just shouting. But just for fun, as a matter of fact.
Well, this is, because when life becomes too complicated, there are too much traffic and surely pollution. And all these difficulties of industrial cities, people get angry. We have a problem of traffic in Tehran, which is terrible, because the man who goes to his work, he's so angry behind the wheel of his car that he goes angry to work, he goes angry to his family. These are the problems which modernization brings. It's good that we are producing cars. It's marvelous because our industry is developing. It's good because our people can afford buying cars. But at the same time, it creates the pollution, it creates all these social problems.
The terrible jam on the streets and accidents. There are too many accidents. But probably this is the cost of developing of car owners, the number of car owners. We had the same situation, not precisely, but we had, because during past 5 years we made enormous progress. As a matter of fact, we doubled the average salaries, for instance, and people got more money. When we can observe similar difficulties, they got more money. They are going to get as much as possible, and they forgot something about the other factors of human being. Oh, this is not good. Oh, by the way, isn't it astonishing? I just reminded me that both our countries, Iran and Poland, we have never had any wrong relations in the history. There is no examples in the world concerning old countries, obviously. Have you noticed?
This is important, and we are always. Well, we have had really good relation during our history with many of the countries. We have had some problems with some countries, but with many we have a good relation. But it, of course, it's very good to have not really one single detail when we have had problems. This is, of course, important. But really, in the whole world, there are changes. People are asking questions, intellectuals, and all the people that we have to find new ways. Because sometimes when you see those very modern countries that they have so many things, people, and still they are unhappy, still there are problems, still. So one feels that there is something wrong someplace, and I hope that the world will be able to find solution to live in peace and friendship and good contact.
Your Majesty, may I ask you this a little private? How can you, well, it's very difficult to ask. You are a queen, you are a mother, your activity on so many fields is enormous. How, is this not too difficult for one person?
It is sometimes when I told you, because after all I believe that one should, the role of a woman is very important as a mother, as a wife to the husband. And this is the problem of all the women today in the world who are working inside their homes and outside, which I believe is important. Women should participate in the development of their country, for the country itself and for their own personal development and participation. And that is why I think that the work of we women is more difficult than men, because we have to deal on both ways and to find a right balance between the two. Now that I'm busier, I try to spend much more time with my children, because I realize that work is never finished. You can never say that I will finish this work and then the next week I will have time to spend more with my children. Children grow up so fast and so rapidly, and from one day to the other you realize they are young men and young women, and that you have not spent enough time. Now I'm trying to really spend more time with my children, but it's always being torn between the family private life and the responsibilities I have, because I feel responsible for my country, and I think that it's important that if I can do something in different fields that I should do it. But as I said, sometimes it becomes very difficult and I become very tired, and thank God there are vacation like here that one can relax and get much more energy.
We had the pleasure to meet your youngest daughter, Princess Leila. How did you manage it that she is so charming, so normal, not like a princess from a tale, but just charming child?
Thank you very much. We are trying, my husband and I, that our children live a normal life as much as we can, because they cannot be compared with other children. They cannot have the normal life that other children, and this is what they are missing. They do not have the freedom of the other children. But we try to be with them, to teach them, to tell them that you will have future responsibilities and you have to behave in different ways, but at the same time making them grow up as normal children, because this is the most important education one can give to these children. If they are developed normally, they will be normal human beings and they will have the normal contact with the problems. We have created a school for the children, which is inside the palace. There are 60 children, boys and girls from different families. And there we have talked to the teachers that these children are at the level of the school exactly the same than the others. There is no difference. And we have done this school in the house because not to spoil the children. If they had gone in another school, being a crown prince or being the children of the king, I am sure that the teachers and even the children will gather around them and put much more importance to them. That is why we thought that while they are young, they should be treated as normal children. And thank God, with the difficulties they have, I mean, they don't have a normal life, because after all, they are not free to go outside as much as they can. They are more or less always surrounded by security people. But thank God they look healthy, normal children.
I think that this is a very good example for the nation, just to show the people how the family on the top can provide his private life. It is. I think it's very good. We observe it.
Sometimes it's difficult for us to have big private life, because our life is so mixed, our private life with our responsibilities and duties, that you cannot divide it. It's not like going into office, working till, let us say, in the afternoon, and when you come home to say, now it's finished, I take care of the family, because it's our life. It remains with us all the time. But I think as human beings we should take care of that too, because if you overwork yourself, you become physically and mentally tired, and you cannot maybe produce as much as possible when you are tired. So I always make plans for myself. Unfortunately, I don't follow them. For instance, like doing sport during the week. This is, I believe, very important when you go outside and have some exercise. And also to find time to listen to music, or to read some books, or to have some privacy. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult. But since we think that we are here for the rest of our lives, so we have to organize ourselves to be always remain physically and morally strong.
So I'm not going to make you more tired. Thank you once more, Your Majesty, and thank you for your kind hospitality.
Thank you very much. Would you like us to walk so we can feel